Hi and welcome to Golfing Partners YouTube channel, where you'll find a series of golf lessons that cover all aspects of your golf game. And be sure to hit the subscription button so you get notification of all newly uploaded lessons, as well as the swing drills and practice games I'll be uploading. And with each lesson, take out information that you feel is relevant to you and your golf game, and then take that information to your practice environment. And for further detail of all lessons and all swing drills and games I have available, take a look at my website www.golfingpartner.com. Please enjoy. So to help with the explanation of points and positions in this ball position instruction, I've placed 3 alignment sticks on the ground. The first stick is highlighting our target line, which we covered in the first instruction of address and posture. So this line now is enabling us to place the club face behind the ball, so that the bottom groove or the bottom edge, called the leading edge, is aiming squarely down our target line. The second stick is highlighting the alignment of my stance. So this line is running across my toes, and the second stick has been placed in a parallel position to the first stick. So now my stance is square to the target line. The third stick that I'm using has been positioned in the middle of my stance, and the stick now is sitting at 90 degrees to my stance alignment. And this stick is going to help us identify ball position in the stance. Before we get into the detail of this ball position instruction, just want to emphasize this point that we're using a 7 iron. We're playing from a flat lie, and I'm assuming I'm going to be using a full golf swing. So this instruction is a basic instruction. So now focusing on the line that is highlighting the position of the ball in relation to my stance, I'm going to move my feet slightly to the right. So it's approximately an inch in old measurements, imperial measurements, or I've moved approximately 2.5 centimeters or 25 millimeters to the right with my stance. So now the position of the ball is slightly forwards of a center line from where we started from. So the left side of the stance is the front of the stance, the right side of the stance is the back of the stance. So when we position the ball into a stance with a 7 iron, the ball is slightly forwards of center. So I've now completed a basic ball position when using a 7 iron. I'd now like to take a few moments to look at how we can alter the ball position and how it affects the club face, in particular the loft of the club, when we deliver the club to the ball, and how that can affect the ball's flight. So if I now move my stance to my right, it will have the effect of the ball moving to the left. So you can clearly see now the ball is further forwards in my stance, remembering that the left side is the front side of the stance. So with this ball position, the hands now are more above the club face, whereas with the basic ball position, the hands were slightly further forward of the club face. So with the basic position, we were using the natural loft of the 7 iron, but as we move the ball forwards in the stance, it has the effect of bringing the top of the grip slightly to the right, increasing the loft on the club face. Now this ball position will now encourage the ball to fly higher in flight because of the increase of loft on the club face. So we would use this type of ball position if we're trying to hit the ball over an obstacle, or if we're trying to get the ball to land softly. If I now move the ball back in my stance, so I'm going to move my feet to the left of my ball positioning, So the ball now is being moved to the right side in my stance. You can clearly see the hands now are further forwards of the club face and the shaft is leaning more to the left of the ball positioning. So this has the effect of decreasing the natural loft on the club face when we push the ball back in the stance. So with the shaft lean, it's decreasing the loft angle. Now with this ball positioning and the decrease of the loft of the club face, it would encourage a much lower ball flight. So this ball flight is very useful when we're playing into a wind, because it would encourage the ball to penetrate more efficiently through the wind, and also it helps the ball to bounce and run. Within this instruction we've covered basic ball positioning for a 7-iron. When looking at other clubs that can be used, I'd like to make this point, and that is that when we look at longer clubs, all the way from a 6-iron down to our driver, the ball progressively moves further forwards in the stance. When we look at shorter clubs, from an 8-iron up to a sand wedge, lob wedge, 64-degree wedge, the ball position progressively moves towards the back side of the stance. So it's important to understand the basic ball positioning to suit the club that is being used. I hope you found the points that have been covered today useful and beneficial, and please now take a moment to look at the 5th of 5 free instructions I'm offering to do with address and posture. The 5th instruction is posture. I'd also recommend you take time to look at my website www.golfingpartner.com that gives further detail to this area of your golf game. You'll also find a series of practice drills where I've created practice techniques that cover position and also swing motion that relate to any area of your golf game. There's also a practice games area where I've created a series of games that you can use within practice that will help you to develop your golf skills and also help to measure the practice you are doing. And take time to look at other areas of Golfing Partner that are available to you, such as the online lesson tab, where you'll find an array of video tutorials to view that cover all aspects of the game. So whether you're looking to learn a part of the game or improve part of that game, you'll find something that will benefit you. Take a look at my unique fault finder that's been designed to give qualified explanation to problematical ball flights and ball strikes. And finally, take a look at the V1 lessons I have available, where you're able to upload video of your own golf swing, send it through to me, where I'll critique the clip, give qualified feedback and suggest practice techniques that will help to improve that area of your golf game. And please note, within the 3, 6 and 12 month sign-up packages, you will get a number of V1 lessons within each package. Please enjoy.